mga pretty people! Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat and matagal tayong nawala. Ang daming nangyari in the past 2 weeks. Bakit ba? Bakit ba tayo nawala na matagal? Nagkaroon kasi ako ng bagong laptop. Tapos, naglipat ako ng files. So, medyo matagal yung process ng pag-reinstall ng mga applications, pag-download ng mga ganito, ng mga drivers and stuff like that. So, medyo natagalan ako doon. So, yung paglipat ng files, medyo malaki-laki yung files na nilipat ko. Tapos, nung nailipat ko na yung files, meron naman kasi akong pondong recording. So, nung ini-edit ko na siya, kalagitnaan ng recording na yun, biglang nawala yung audio. May video, pero walang audio. So, parang sobrang hina, hindi ko na ma-save yung audio eh. Hindi ko na masalbay audio. So, parang, tinamad ako. Parang, alam mo yung feeling na dahil hindi mo nakuha yung gusto mo or may balakid sa mga plano mong mga gusto mong mangyari, bigla kang tinamad. Bigla kang nawala sa wisyo. So, parang, nag-uulan pa. Alam mo yung weather ay hindi nakisama. Basta madaming nangyari in the past 2 weeks kaya hindi tayo nakapag-upload. Pero ito na, sikapin natin makapag-upload ulit on a weekly basis. Medyo marami naman tayong naipong mga episodes na i-record. So, simulan natin dito. So, happy August din pala sa inyo. So, yan, birthday month ko na. Tada! Diyos ko, tumatanda na tayo. Anyway, tsaka natin pag-usapan yan. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo pa ako kilala, up until now, ewan ko na lang, no? Pero para dun sa mga hindi pa ako kilala, ako nga pala si Tito Alvin, ang inyong millennial tito na magbibigay sa inyo ng mga opinyon na hindi nyo naman hinihingi. Mga opinyon tungkol sa iba't ibang social concepts at trending issues. And in this podcast, aalamin natin kung anong behaviors ang pretty or petty. If you are watching us from YouTube, please give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Ang hindi mag-subscribe sa channel natin, magkakaroon ng 3 singaw sa bibig, yung magkakatabi. If you are in Spotify naman, please follow us and give us a 5-star rating. Malaking tulong yan para ma-distribute ni Spotify yung podcast natin sa mga iba't ibang users. You may also turn on your notifications on YouTube or Spotify para updated ka sa mga bago nating lapag na episodes. You may also follow our social media pages in Facebook, Instagram, and in TikTok by going to the link that you see at the bottom of your screens. So, ano ba ang pag-uusapan natin this week sa ating comeback episode? A few weeks ago, siguro 1 week or a week and a half ago, may nag-viral na post sa Facebook about a certain personality sa probinsya ng Cebu. Yan. Ang di umano'y nagpatayo ng isang waiter sa isang restaurant nang humigit kumulang 2 hours dahil siya ay na-misgender ng nasabing waiter. Okay, simulan na natin ang kwentuhan at chismisan sa ating next segment that we call Story Time. So eto na nga, naging pulutan ng internet ang Cebu-based TV personality and travel writer na si Jude Bacalso dahil di umano'y pinatayo niya ang isang waiter sa isang restaurant ng almost 2 hours habang kinakausap dahil tinawag siyang Sir. Isang concerned citizen na siya ding nag-post ng mga nangyari sa Facebook ang lumapit sa kanila para malaman ang mga nangyayari. Hindi ko alam kung totoo to pero ang sabi is medyo sarcastic daw ang tone of voice ni Jude. Ngunit after ng pag-iimbestiga nila, nalaman nila na si Kuya Waiter ay na-misgender itong si Jude Bacalso dahil tinawag niya itong Sir. Ayon kay Jude, hindi niya dinemand sa waiter na tumayo ng ganung katagal. Hindi daw parusa ang intensyon ni Jude sa mga nangyari, but to educate the waiter on her gender expression. After nag-viral ang issue na to sa internet, humingi na ang isa't isa ng forgiveness at nagkaroon na ng closure ang dalawang kampo. May closure naman pala at the end. Pero dyan na nagtatapos ang ating story. Okay, well, at least nga, nagkaayos na yung dalawang parties involved. Yun naman ang pinaka-importante dun eh. Kung merong hindi pagkakaunawaan, dapat pag-usapan ng maayos at humingi ng apology kung kinakailangan. Now, in this episode, hindi ko nahihimay-himayin yung mga nangyari kasi technically tapos na to eh, ilang linggo na nakalipas. Hindi ko na din ipo-point out kung sino ang may mali dito sa mga nangyari. Matatanda na kayo, malalaki na kayo, alam nyo na kung ano yung tama at mali. Kasi again, in this point in time, hindi na relevant kung sino ang mali sa issue na to. Siguro ang gawin natin is, in this episode, let's talk about how we can make this situation better if in case it happens to you in the future. Or para maiwasan mo yung ganitong sitwasyon in the future. Okay? How can we avoid situations like this? What are the things that you can do para hindi mo ma-misgender ang isang tao? Or vice versa, kung ikaw na misgender, how are you going to handle things? Okay. Unang-una, ano ba ang tinatawag nilang misgender or misgendering? Okay. Ang term na misgendering, it refers to a word like a pronoun or a form of address that does not reflect their gender identity. So in layman's terms, sa madaling salita, masasabi mong misgendering kapag kunyari babae ka, tas tinawag kang sir. Or baligtad, lalaki ka, tinawag kang ma'am. Okay? Many years ago, it's very rare na ma-misgender mo ang isang tao. Not unless you are a guy and mahaba buhok mo. So kapag nakatalikod ka, mukha kang bilat, mukha kang merlat, mukha kang babae. Okay? Mga ganyang senaryo, bihira yung mangyari noon. Kasi hindi mo ganun kadami yung mga lalaki nagpapahaba ng buhok. Pero lately, medyo marami na yung lalaki nang nagmamahaba ang buhok. So, medyo may at risk ka na ma-misgender. You know what I'm saying? Naalala ko pa noon, madalas ako ma-misgender sa telepono. Okay, minsan tawag sa akin ng kausap ko, ma'am. Siguro dahil yung rehistro ng boses ko sa telepono medyo mataas. So, ang tawag sa akin, ma'am, hinahayaan ko na lang minsan para hindi lang humaba yung usapan. Pero ngayon kasi, with the changes on society, with the changes in society, merong mga biologically born male at birth, pero they identify as female. Meron ding mga biologically female at birth, pero they identify as male. Sila yung tinatawag na transgender. Okay? Either isa kang trans woman or isa kang trans man, depende sa identity mo. Kung kilala nyo si Kalad Karen, for sure kilala nyo naman si Kalad Karen. Isa siyang example ng isang trans woman. Okay? Transgender siya. Trans woman to be exact. She was born male, pero nung paglaki niya, or pagtanda niya, she identifies herself as a woman. Medyo mahabang usapan itong sexual orientation and gender identity na topic. Yung mga SOGI, SC na mga bawat isa. Medyo aabutin ng mga more than 1 hour ang usapan kung i-elaborate ko isa-isa dito. Siguro, in the future, gawa na lang tayo ng episode para dyan. But my point here is, yung mga transgender nating mga friends, ang usual na victims ng misgendering. Maybe because their physical appearance doesn't match their gender identity. Or medyo vague, medyo confusing yung mga visual cues kung ano ba yung identity ng isang tao. So, ngayon na alam na natin kung ano yung meaning ng misgendering, paano ba natin maiiwasan na mag-misgender ng isang tao? Okay. Itong mga sasabihin ko, hindi naman to yung foolproof na way, no, na 100% gagana to. Pero ito lang siguro yung mga gagawin ko in case that I'm in that situation. Okay, so pwede nyo i-apply sa buhay nyo or weigh in the pros and cons kung ano yung mas mag-work sa inyo. Okay? First thing that a lot of people need to do is to accept that the world is changing. Acceptance ang first step. A lot of things changed over the years and isa na dyan is how people express themselves. Aminin na natin na when we were younger, there are only 2 genders, male and female. For the longest time, yan naman ang tinuro sa atin. Pero as the years go by, people realize that they feel differently and hindi sila swak sa description ng male and female identities na meron tayo noon. Nung una, gay and lesbians lang. Tapos nagkaroon ng bisexuals or yung term na silahis. Tapos sa dagdagan pa yan, meron ng pansexuals, transgenders, intersex, queer, non-binary, etc. Yung dating LGBT noon, ngayon ay LGBTQIA+ na. Okay? Isa na siyang spectrum, sobrang niyang lawak. So anong pinupoint ko dito? People need to accept that these things exist. We need to be open-minded. Kung sarado ang isip mo sa mga changes na nangyayari sa mundo, malaki ang possibility na ma-misgender mo ang isang tao kasi hindi mo maintindihan yung mga pagbabago na nangyayari sa paligid mo. Kumbaga wala kang muwang. So, acceptance talaga ang unang-unang step. Let's take a look at this example. Many years ago, women were not allowed to vote. Wala silang say sa mga nangyayari sa society. Ang role ng mga babae noon ay asikasuhin ng mga asawa at anak nila to take care of their household and to take care of their husbands. But then, something clicked and women realized that they can also contribute to society at hindi lang yung nakakulong sa bahay. A lot of women back then realized that they can do what a lot of men can do. Hindi naging madali ang transition niyan. Madami nag-oppose sa idea. Mostly, mga lalaki nag-oppose sa idea niyan. A lot of men were scared of giving the power position to women. But slowly, women were able to integrate themselves into society and a lot of people were open-minded enough to accept this change. I can say na this logic is applicable sa sitwasyon natin ngayon. Marami na nagbago all throughout the years. And we just need to embrace the fact that these changes are here to stay. Hindi yan mawawala. If we can accept and be open on how people feel inside and how they want to express themselves and how they want to be addressed, misgendering will never be an issue. Now, let's just say na open-minded na lahat ng tao. Or open-minded ka sa mga changes na nangyayari sa mundo. How can you further prevent misgendering a person? Okay? Kunyari, may sinalihan kang organization or club. Okay? May nakamit kang isang tao sa isang party or may mga bagong pasok na employee sa team nyo sa office. What can you do para hindi mo ma-misgender yung isang tao? Ako, siguro ang una kong titignan is their physical appearance. Usually, dead giveaway naman yan. Just by looking at the person's appearance, clothing, mannerisms, yung total demeanor ng tao, usually malalaman mo kung ano ang identity nila. Especially for trans women. So, kapag nakita ko na longherada si Ateng, no, I will lean towards calling that person ma'am or using the pronouns she and her. Kapag nakita ko na nakadress or medyo feminine kumilos, most likely, I will treat them as a woman. So, yung pronouns and how will I address them, same lang sa babae. Kahit sabihin mo pang medyo manly ang facial features, makanto ang mukha, medyo may bigo-bigote ng konti, or, alam mo na, medyo manly yung facial features. O kaya, mas define pa ang muscle sa braso sa'yo. Kung makikita ko naman na ang suot is for female or feminine kumilos, hindi ko natatawaging sir. Matik na yon. Ma'am natatawag ko. Kung tutuusin nga, Filipinos can get away with misgendering. Kasi yung Tagalog pronouns natin, napaka-neutral. Okay, walang pinapalingang side. Napaka-neutral ng Filipino pronouns. Ano ba? Yung mga Tagalog pronouns or mga pronouns natin sa Tagalog. Yung siya, niya, nyo, kanya, kanila. Lahat yan, pag ginamit mo sa sentence, wala yung tinutukoy na gender. Lahat yan applicable for both male and female genders. Okay? Yan yung mga pronouns natin. Hindi yan gender specific. So, we can still carry a conversation to a person kahit hindi mo alam yung gender identity nila. Especially if you are conversing in Tagalog. Mas madaling mag-converse sa Tagalog kasi hindi natin kailangan i-address sila or ano yung pronouns nila in Tagalog kasi yung pronouns natin gender neutral. Iwasan mo na lang siguro yung mga gender affirming words like yung ma'am, sir, ate, kuya, manong, manang. Ayan, yung mga ganyang Tagalog words na may gender specific meaning, iwasan mo na lang, di ba? Pero kung ang English ang language na pinili mo para makipag-converse sa kanila, medyo mag-ingat ka. Kasi walang gender-neutral pronoun sa English apart from they tsaka them. Okay, so you really have to be careful.
Celebrate small or big wins with your special ones. Come to Brew Brothers Cafe, located at Ascension Avenue, Lagro, Quezon City. Also available through GrabFood and Foodpanda. Brew Brothers Cafe, your destination for celebration.
Ngayon, kung hindi mo talaga alam, clueless ka kung anong itatawag mo sa kanya or medyo confusing talaga ang gender identity niya, the next best thing you can do is ask the person directly on how they want to be addressed. Sabi nga ng right mid, huwag mahiyang magtanong. Yung ibang tao kasi nahihiyang magtanong kung ano ang itatawag nila sa kausap nila kasi baka daw ma-offend. Pero in all honesty, mas ma-appreciate pa nga ng kausap mo kapag nagtanong ka sa kanya on how they want to be addressed. Kasi iisipin nila, this person respects me. Kaya tinatanong niya yung ano yung pronouns ko. Example, meron kang face-to-face meeting with a client. Nyari freelancer ka, meron kang face-to-face meeting with a client. Nung nakita mo siya, hindi ka sure sa gender identity niya kasi medyo ambiguous yung suot na damit. Meaning medyo pambabae ba o panlalaki, hindi mo sure. Pero, medyo feminine kumilos ng very, very light. So, in that situation, I don't see anything wrong in asking. Hindi ako manghuhula. Naku, makakatakot yan. Yan ng, kung manghuhula ka, isa yung recipe para ma-misgender mo isang tao. So in that situation na hindi ka talaga sure, I don't see anything wrong in asking. Okay, you can say, "Hi, nice meeting you, blah, blah, blah." Tapos singitan mo lang, "May I know how do you want to be addressed?" O kaya, if you don't mind me asking, "May I know your pronouns?" Yan, yung mga ganyang tanong. Okay, sa US, medyo normal lang tanongin yan kasi wala nga silang gender-neutral na pronouns. Dito sa atin, medyo weird pang gamitin yung mga ganyang klaseng linyahan kasi hindi tayo sanay. And you might feel awkward the first few times using it kasi nga, hindi natin siya ginagamit in everyday conversation. Pero, that doesn't mean na hindi na natin siya gagamitin ever. Right? So, it's time for us to adapt to these changes and go with the flow. Kaya nga, walang mawawala sa'yo kung magtatanong ka. Mas mabuti nang clear ang gender identity nila sa'yo, umpisa pa lang. Now, speaking of, wala namang mawawala sa'yo. Most likely ang sasabihin ng iba dyan, bakit kailangan kami pang mag-adjust para sa kanila? Sino ba sila? Kung ganyan ang mindset mo, babalik ako sa pinakauna kong sinabi in this episode, which is acceptance. Acceptance to change and being open-minded. Kaya mo nasasabi yan kasi nakasara ang pag-iisip mo sa mga bagay na nangyayari sa paligid mo. Pero ito ang tanong ko sa'yo, may mawawala ba sa'yo kung mag-a-adjust ka to conform to their gender identity? I guess wala naman Wala naman, di ba? Hindi ka mauubusan ng yaman, hindi naman iiksi ang buhay mo, hindi naman mababawasan pagkatao mo if you give in to their wishes. Actually, walang mawawala sa'yo. But instead, you will gain that person's trust and confidence. Kung ano man ang mga susunod na interactions nyo in the future, walang magiging bias and walls in between the both of you kasi you respect each other. If they want to be called ma'am, di call them that. If that will make them happy, let's give it to them. Bakit natin ipagkakait yun sa kanila? For sure, you want other people to respect you on who you are. So, why is it hard for you to respect other people's wishes? Am I making sense? Ngayon, doon naman tayo sa kabilang side ng story. Paano kung ikaw ang na-misgender? Anong gagawin mo? Okay? Ano ang gagawin mo if you are in that situation? Okay? Hindi tayo one-sided dito. We can learn things from both sides of the story. So, let's say, na-misgender ka. Kunyari, ikaw si Jude Bacalso. Na-misgender kang bigla ng isang waiter. Tinawag kang sir. Okay? Kahit plakadong-plakado yung funda mo, yung foundation, luma nung gay term, funda. Yung foundation mo, plakadong-plakado mo at naghuhumiyaw ang suot mong floral na dress. Okay? Pero tinawag ka pa rin sir. It's better if we always come from a place of understanding. Yes, A lot of things already happened around us. Okay? A lot of things have changed in society. But we are far from the finish line. Aminin natin yan. The LGBTQIA+ community is currently being tolerated, but we are not yet fully accepted. Wala pa tayo sa point where we can say that majority of the people understand our struggles and accepts us 100%. But we are slowly getting there, slowly but surely. Malayo na, pero malayo pa. What am I trying to say? Ang ibig ko sabihin dito is, we should always come from a place of understanding. Hindi lahat ng tao aware sa mga nangyayari sa mundo or sa paligid nila. Oblivious sila sa mga nangyayari. Yung iba, close-minded talaga. Pero yung iba, literal na clueless lang and wala silang masamang intensyon. So kung may experience mo na ma-misgender ka ng isang tao, you can always talk to them in a nice way and tell them how you want to be addressed. Hindi mo kailangang magalit, hindi mo kailangang sumigaw, hindi mo kailangang maging sarcastic, at lalong-lalo nang hindi mo kailangang patayuin sila ng 2 hours. Charing lang. Yung iba dinadaan lang sa biro di ba? So ganda kong to, tatawagin mo ako, sir. Yung mga ganung banat. Hindi kailangang maging negative yung interaction yung dalawa. Okay? Dito Alvin, ako naman yung tama Sila yung mali sa sitwasyon na to. Ako yung na-misgender. So bakit ako na naman na mag-a-adjust? Okay, ando na ako. Sige, tama naman yung pinaglalaban mo. Pero the manner on how you fight for what you believe in is wrong. Ito, nabasa ko to sa isang post sa Facebook. Sabi is, if you are given the choice between doing what is right or being kind to others, always choose being kind. Because by the end of the day, being kind will always be the right thing to do. Di ba? Even if you are right in that situation and you chose not to be kind, people will not see how perfect your argument is or how right you are. They will see how unkind you are as a person. Nagigets nyo ba? So for example, na misgender ka tapos sinungitan mo yung nag-misgender sa'yo regardless kung waiter yan, co-office mate, kaibigan or whatnot. Kahit anong sabihin natin at kung kahit gaano tama yung pinaglalaban mo, people will not see that. They will not understand kasi you created a wall in between you and that person the moment na nagsungit ka sa kanya. Always remember na lahat ng bagay ay pwedeng pag-usapan ng maayos. Pero syempre, kung may opportunity for us to educate people, let's take advantage of that. Pero lilinawin ko let's educate people, not lecture them. For some, iisipin, parehas lang ang meaning yan. Pero para sa akin, magkaiba yan. When we say educate, you are coming from a place of concern. You want them to know your side of the story so they can better understand you. The way you talk to people when you educate them is like talking to an equal. Pantay kayo, walang mas angat sa isa. Kapag naman you lecture someone, there is this sense of authority over the person you are talking to. For me, kapag nile-lecturean mong isang tao, ang dating sa akin is, mas mataas ka sa kanya. So they better listen to what you are saying and do what you want them to do. So dun pa lang, naglalagay ka na naman ng wall between you at sa kausap mo. Kasi you are not talking to them as equals, but you are talking to them as if you are better than them. Believe me when I say na if you choose to lecture someone, they will not be open to what you are going to say. First sentence mo pa lang, Ate Kerr, hindi ka na nila iintindihin. So, if your goal is to educate people, hindi lang dapat facts ang importante. Importante din ang manner, how you convey those facts and information in a manner na maiintindihan nila at mauunawaan nila. Ito siguro last tip na pwede kong mabigay. Kung ikaw yung taong madalas ma-misgender, ilang beses na nangyari sa'yo na misgender ka, or mataas yung probability na ma-misgender ka ng ibang tao, unahan mo na. Iwasan nyo na yung guessing game. Kunyari, bagong salta ka sa team, sa office nyo, bagong employee ka, so bagong salta ka. So definitely may meet and greet yan sa team mo kasi kailangan nyo mag-introduce sa isa't isa. When you do, i-mention mo na how you want to be addressed. O kunyari trans ka, tapos magpapakilala ka sa team mo. You can say, "Hi, my name is Conrad, but you can call me Connie." Or something like that. Tanggalin na natin yung guessing game sa simula pa lang. Yung iba kasi ma-pride eh. Yung iba kasi ma-pride, parang, ba't ko sasabihin? Hayang i-discover nila na sa sarili nila. O tapos, pag na-misgender, magagalit. Diba? Hindi ko makita yung sense. So, kung gusto natin na itratuhin tayo ng maayos, tratuhin din natin sila ng maayos. Gets mo yun? Parang, respeto lang yan. It goes both ways. Ito, madalas kong sabihin to first day sa training class ko before. Pag nagpapakilala ako sa class on day 1, ang usual kong sinasabi is, "Hi, my name is Alvin. I will be your trainer for the next 4 weeks or so. Please do not call me sir, boss, chief, or trainer Alvin. You can just call me Alvin. Okay?" Ganyan. Shucks, bigla akong na-miss ah. Anyway, simula pa lang, wala na yung guessing game. So kung meron man sa kanila na nag-iisip or nag-worry kung paano nila ako i-address, kung paano nila ako tatawagin, at least, na-solve ko na yung problema simula pa lang. Okay? Ikaw na ang mag-volunteer on how you want to be addressed. Okay? Iwasan na natin pairalin ng pride. Huwag na natin silang pahulain. Okay? Kung ano bang gender identity mo. Sa tingin mo ba, tamang pag-uugali yan? Babaan natin ang pride natin ng very, very light. Okay? Hindi yan ang ganyang klaseng pride ang pinaglalaban natin tuwing June. So, as a conclusion sa isyong ito, being misgendered is not all the time coming from a place of hate. Yes, minsan yung iba hateful talaga kasi they choose to misgender people. Kung isa ka sa mga yan, ang pepeti nyo. Pero yung iba, they simply lack the resources to be knowledgeable about these things. Most of them really need genuine help to better understand things around them. So, to make things prettier, let's help educate them on how to navigate this ever-changing world. Let's change the world, the universe, rather, one person at a time. On the other hand, if you always find yourself in a position where you are confused on how to address a person, have the initiative to learn these things para ma-avoid mo yung mga negative situations like misgendering a person. In the event that you accidentally misgendered a person, just sincerely apologize, learn from the situation, and be a better person moving forward. Now, for service-oriented companies and businesses, I suggest that you provide gender sensitivity training to all of your staff. Your employees are the face of your business. Sila ang humaharap sa mga customers. So the image and actions they do while at work is a direct representation of your business. So, imagine mo na lang, no, meron kang tindahan, meron kang spa, salon, barbershop, sa service-oriented, restaurant, grocery store, at meron kang staff na haharap sa mga tao. I strongly suggest that you give them training on gender sensitivity. Kaso baka inisip nyo na, ayoko ituro yan kasi alam mo, baka iba yung pananaw nila tungkol sa mga ganyan eh. Ayokong influensyahan yun. Oo, andun ako, hindi mo naman i-influensyahan kung ano yung ways nila. Pero dapat din nilang tandaan that they are at work. That they represent you. So at that moment, while they are on shift or while at working, kung ano ang mission at vision ng kumpanya mo, dapat yun din ang mission and vision nila while at work. So kung isa kang establishment that supports LGBTQIA+ customers, dapat they treat their customers like how you, the owner, will treat your customers. Nagigets nyo ba? And we will end the episode right there. And if you have thoughts about our topic or episode, feel free to share it. Share your comments. Kaya wag na kayong mahiya to comment your thoughts on YouTube and in Spotify. Kung kilala nyo ako personally and gusto nyo mag-DM na lang sa akin, walang problema. Pero mas maganda kung kayo na magko-comment ng diretso. Ngayon, kung nagustuhan mo at na-entertain ka ng episode na ito, feel free to share it with your friends and don't forget to tag us in all of your social media posts. Huwag na din kayong mahiya to follow our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok accounts by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screens. Para dun sa mga naka-audio only, you can go to linktr.ee/prettypetty the podcast. In case din na makita nyo yung mga social media post natin dyan sa Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, mag-react naman kayo. Para namang may bayad, libre naman yun guys. React kayo pag uy, si Pretty Petty the Podcast to like. Matik na dapat yon mga friends. O comment kayo kahit smiley face lang, okay na yun. If you're a brand looking for partnership and collaboration, please send us an email at prettypettythepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, lagi nating tatandaan to always stay pretty at wag maging petty. Bye-bye!